Welcome to Sludge Fighters, where gravity follows you. Sludge Fighters came out on early access on December 10th. And December 11th, I was reached out by the Sludge Fighters crew, and they asked me to review their game. There's a little something we do on Twitter, amongst the circles that I'm in, called Self-Promo Saturday. And I just kind of throw up on my channel. It's just a way for people to brag about what they're working on and for people to network and connect. At some point, Sludge Fighters found me. Sludge Fighters then reached out and said, "We at Sludge Fighters hope your day is going sludgingly. With a few Sludge Juniors as game testers on this new indie release, we appreciate your commitment to creating family-friendly content." See, I'm a clean commentary gamer. I think you can be funny without swearing all the time. And what was fun is that because Sludge Fighters is a lot of the people who work with sludge fighting are in this probably similar stage of life as I am, and they loved that aspect of it and reached out to me. Essentially, what Sludge Fighter said was, "Ian, we love the cut of your jib. We'd like you to review our game. If you could then put it out and do a stream, if you could make a video, that'd be wonderful." So that's what we did. I played Sludge Fighters a few weeks ago on stream with Frosty Gaming, with Tasty Doom, with Literary DM, and with a friend of mine whose name is Mavet. I don't know if he wants me to use his real name. I don't think he cares. Probably could ask him. I'm just going to call him Mavet because that's what you'll see him as in the video. I kind of reached out to a bunch of creators and was just like, "Hey, do you guys want to come check out this game with me and see what happens?" Because Sludge Fighters gave me a bunch of stream keys, so we were just going to all play together. The idea behind the game is that it's a battle royale where you can play up to 8 people. And this game is a melee battle royale, so you have to get close to people, you gotta punch them, you gotta kick them, and you can use the different, you can use the environment to your liking. You have to hold, I think it's the control key. Look at this video that they posted of some of the gameplay. So when we played, there was a few complications. We'll get into like the fact that we had a whole lot of fun playing this game. The fact that this game is being developed by a very small party. This is an indie game in development, and so we got to give it some credit. That there was a lot of like issues that kind of happened all at once. One of the complications was that it just completely dumped my stream. Now, I have a $1,000 computer. I don't have an extremely huge gaming setup. I'm very limited in my budget here. This is a side gig. I'm just doing this for kicks and giggles. So I don't have like an extremely good computer to play with. But what essentially happens is that all the people are networking. What essentially happens is that as I'm streaming and doing the computer at the same time, I was also the host of the game itself. So what would happen is, I hosted a lobby. Everybody would their computers would have to communicate with my computer, and I think that was one of the problems because me and Mavet live in the same town, and so we were able to play almost 90% of the time. It was a lot more difficult to get people from like Frosty's down in Florida somewhere, Literary's Chicagoland area, and Tasty is even closer than that. So it was just really, I think it felt like the closer you were to the host, the easier it was for you to play. And a lot of the game testing that's been done for Sludge Fighters in the past, according to Sludge Fighters when we emailed each other, is that they've done a lot of play testing for LAN parties and also for like internet games within a building or even a city. So that was kind of easier for that. Like, this was a new situation for them to experience. every time we loaded in, another complication was that we just, every time when we loaded, we couldn't get the full 5 of us to play. There was at least one of us always sitting out. And I think, again, that goes back to what happened earlier. This game was just kind of heavy on the computer itself and on the specs. Again, I've only have $1,000 computer, so I'm not playing with a 3K or a 5K computer that's all up to date. I've got, everything's kind of used and does its thing. But this is, so it dumped my stream. My stream froze. It was very glitchy. I mean, here's a little video of what happened there.
Wait, can I be green?
Go for it. I'm starting the game. Oh my goodness.
Oh no. I'm pink. I'm pink. What is this?
I'm pink as well.
How am I thought I...
So,
oh my gosh, what is this?
If you hold shift, that's run.
Oh,
As you can tell, it was a little sketchy there for a moment, but then we also did some recording. Tasty Doom has his own video. I'd like to link it if I can. Maybe over in this corner. Who knows? I don't know where I'm going to put it. I could put it in the link in the description below. But he was able to post a video for him and his review of the game. And another thing is that the game would often crash, and I would get, like, at some points when I was playing the game, you would see just a loading screen and there was nothing there going on, but you could hear the battles happening. So those were the few complications that we ran into. Now, we are all, like, we're not big streamers, so we're starting small, and I think that's what's cool about teaming up with Sludge Fighters, is that this was a cool opportunity for a small indie game developer to reach out to small streamers, and we were able to work together, and I loved that. Their emails were super friendly, and they were just a fun group to work with, and I'm excited to see if we can continue to work together in the future. Because honestly, this game has so much going for it. The gameplay is so unique. The fact that you can, like, there was a few times where as I was playing, I could just, I was in the middle of a fight and I saw my HP bar going down super low, and I had to bounce and get out and try to run away. And it was so fun to be able to, like, click and sludge myself over to another opposing wall, and then sludge again, and just keep running away throughout the environment. And that was so fun. That was so cool to be able to not only experience, like, that gameplay move, that the movement of the game was so unique and so really fun to play. Among other battle royale games, I like this whole fisticuffs approach. I really like the melee attack. There's not a lot of battle royale games that are big, that use not only the movement style of Sludge Fighters, but also the attack style of Sludge Fighters. I think there's a lot of a lot of cool things they can grow from where they're at. Because right now, I mean, it's pre-alpha. This is early access, so it's not, it's very basic in its beginning stages, but it is so cool to see where they're starting. The simplicity of all of this was awesome. It was an easy game. It was a game that, like, I could play with my kids. It was a game that I could play, like, I could totally see me, my brother, my cousin, the whole struggling together crew, and, like, all playing this and just having a riot. I mean, we had a riot playing this game. Even with all the problems, it was so fun to just get together with these guys and play this, like, simple game. Super cool. The sound was really good, except for a few points. I like the background ambient sound. I like the way that the map worked, but the battle always felt like every time when you make a punch sound, you couldn't tell if you were doing the hitting or if the hitting was being done to you. Now, that's not too much of a gripe, but one of the things I didn't like about the game was while I was running, I could hear a battle happening as if I was in the battle, even though it was on the other side of the map. So a little bit of adjustments need to be made with that kind of sound quality, but besides that, the sound actually sounds like I'm punching a slime ball, which is essentially what's happening in the game. And again, I just have to say, the gameplay is so unique. The ability to traverse the map the way that they have it, that the gravity follows you no matter how you jump and how you run. If you're running on one wall, it's as if that wall is the floor, and everybody else, their floors are different from yours. And I loved there at one point, me and some friends were fighting, like, I was trying to kick him in the head because I couldn't punch him, but he was trying to punch me because of how we were fighting versus each other's walls. And that was sick. I interviewed afterwards. I interviewed some of the other creators and asked them what their thoughts on the game was. And I wanted to give a little section here for what those creators have to say. So let me interview you guys real quick, since I'm like, just in case.
Yeah, well, you were the one reached out. So
yes.
Now
So
you can get a review from all of us.
We'll start with Literary DM. Literary, what do you think is needed for the game? What did you like? What did you dislike?
Well, one, the biggest thing is working out a lot of the glitches and kinks with the servers, because the biggest thing was, as mentioned, I didn't really get a lot of chance to play it because of the glitching out of the servers. When I did get to play it, from there, it's just working out the textures to help with orientation, because while the idea of hopping from surface to surface is genuinely fantastic and something I think will help it stand out, it was very disorienting and kind of made me nauseous at times. That being said, the idea is solid, and from there, obviously, like hit detection of some kind. And once we get to that point, just adding textures and working out the servers and stuff like that, I think would be great.
So then let's talk to Tasty. What do you think?
I freaking love it. It's great, even with the bugs when we actually could play. Like, honestly, the chance to be able to play a game before it really comes out, to see all the glitches and just have fun with it, I have honestly really enjoyed it. As far as game mechanics, the ability to move, like what I was saying, from some surface to surface is absolutely amazing. I loved it in AVP. No other game has ever done that, at least that I'm aware of, and I've always wanted to see more. This game brings that to the table, and I absolutely love it. I would definitely like to see the bodies be more fluid, if they are going to stick with kind of the sludge theme. I need to be able to speak my words. Maybe what would be kind of cool to kind of help also track players would be if they left like little gooey footprints.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Just that's just for tracking, kind of help you find people. Places to maybe heal up would be a good one, or like what we were talking about earlier, where if you hit somebody, they dropped goo, you picked it up, you added it to your own goo, and then you either increase size or that's how you heal. You heal through damage. And I don't know, there's so many possibilities to this game, and honestly, I'm excited to see what this creator comes up with it.
Frosties, let's talk to me. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, overall, I love the concept. I love this game. I definitely play it, especially with a group of friends, including my nephews. I know they love this game.
That would be a fun one.
I love everybody's ideas so far. I love if you add gooey footprints, that'd be dope. I'd love the sound to be cleaned up a little bit, just so where like if you're closer to a fight, it gets louder. If you're farther away from a fight, you don't hear anything. And I agree with like more maps would be awesome. And then when you did rotate onto a different wall, that it would be not as disorienting, because I agree it got me a little dizzy at times.
Yeah.
I think it needs that shifting camera that Portal has, which might be, I don't know how difficult or easy that is, but because in Portal, when you go through something, it doesn't just pop you, it like does like a rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that helps with disorienting, at least for me.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, overall, love the concept. I can't wait to see how they clean it up and play it again when everybody can play at once.
That's right.
That is the only thing we were missing tonight, was just all of us being able to play in one match together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mavet, talk to me.
I like it too. Of the things that haven't been said, I just think there needs to be a visual cue you hit someone, because it kind of feels like we're both flailing and then one of us falls over, and there is the sound effect, but it's the same sound effect. So did you hit me or did I hit you?
Yeah, that's true.
Some sort of flinch, or like a splash, or a bounce, or a jiggle, or something, just so that you know that like, hey, I landed a thing. And
Yeah.
then, everything that, better networking, more maps, all the stuff everyone said. But I'm excited that it's in my library and that a few months from now I can see updates and try it out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in all, this was so fun to experience. A huge thank you to Sludge Fighters for letting me have an early access game key and be able to play with my friends and experience Sludge Fighters in this pre-stage, in this early access stage. We had such a blast, and we look forward to being able to play this game later. We want to see this as it continues to develop. We want to see this as it continues to grow. We're all really behind Sludge Fighters, and we're really excited for what's happening. The two major things that I feel like could just change just to make this game like just be released right away, and just first things that I feel like the developer may have to focus on for right now. And like, I'm not a game designer. I don't know all the things that have to happen to go in behind all the scenes, but I imagine there's a lot. So I don't know how they're going to change these. I got two things that I think, and I think Tasty Doom just kind of said this too, and along with Literary DM, but this is the two things that I think would make this game be able to just be sent out fast is server development and sound issues. The server development, just so that it's not like chugging on my computer. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to make that a little easier. Again, I have a $1,000 computer. I have what is basically a hamster in a wheel running right now, but it's better than the computer I had earlier that didn't have a graphics card. I probably wouldn't have been able to play Sludge Fighters at all if it wasn't for this computer. And then the sound issues is just having that ability to, if I'm fighting someone, I know when I'm making the hit and I know when I'm getting hit. And then also having when I'm on one side of the map, I can hear another fight happening, but it's not as if it's right where I'm at. I think those are the only few things that need to adjust for this pre-alpha or this, early access release of a game to just take the next step forward. But like we said before, we're really excited for where Sludge Fighters is and where it's going to become, what it's going to become. So we're keeping an eye on Sludge Fighters, and we're probably going to see more Sludge Fighter content in the future. So again, thank you, Sludge Fighters, for letting me and my friends enjoy this game. And guys, I love you so much. We'll see you next time, and please go check out Sludge Fighters, link in the description below, both to their Twitter and to their YouTube channel and to the game itself, just so you can get a handle of what Sludge Fighters is. Thank you guys for clicking the video. Leave a like, leave a comment on what you think of this, and thank you, Sludge Fighters, for letting me review your game.